Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to Dino and Oasis. This is your Mira over here. How lovely. Day by day, I'm getting message from you all. Message, email, and yes, suggestions have started pouring in also. That really helps because as I always say, we learn from each other. We can be independent, but being independent is nothing but when you take the ingredients from your surrounding and make your own composition. That's the way I look at being independent. And for the composition or for something of our own thing to happen, definitely we need those wishes or the regards or suggestions or that nudging or at least, hey, I heard that. Hey, you can do this. Hey, good that you're doing this. Or might be you can do this. These all things will definitely help any individual to pursue or do whatever they're doing in whatever way possible. And like I've been telling, that a railway track goes, in the parallel lines. Similarly, season three, the letters that I've been writing to my soul scribers. Every time people ask me, Viru, what are that soul scribers that you're talking about? I just laugh or I pause because you can add different meanings to whatever it is. But to me, it is connecting from me to them, from connecting with my own self, with my words, through simple words, and they also connect back. They also reflect in the same line. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. That's why I call them soul subscribers. So letters is happening. Letters are going on in season three. You can definitely grab a listen. You can tell me, what are you doing, Mira? What are you sharing there? You can definitely ask me about that. And season two is all about my love for coffee, Kaapi, Kaapi and Conversations. One thing that I really want to say, thanks to all my guests, that I've been waking them up early in the morning at 5 and 5:15, and they would be wondering, Mira, 5, 5:30. They paused for a while and they said, okay, we'll be there. So like I said, it is a composition which we make with the support of everyone. And I heard you people, Mira, enough. You've been talking from the beginning. We want to hear our guest. Oh, definitely. I have a wonderful guest. I've been traveling with her in the writing community, writing space, in couple of anthologies also. We've traveled together. We will be traveling together. That's what I believe for the last 1.5 to 2 years, or little more than 2 years. And how we came across, I'm still wondering, but we came across for good. And we have a lovely guest, Kirti V. Welcome, Kirti. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Meera. It's so nice to be on the show, and yeah, I have been looking forward to it. I've been hearing your podcast, and I've been, as you said, we have been following each other's journey for almost over to 2 years now. Probably thanks to the pandemic for that, and yeah, and thanks to these online platforms where we came across and where our paths crossed. Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Lovely. Remember, in fact, we kind of organized a New Year event also virtually, right? That's the time actually we came together.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely. And that team which, gathered along for that virtual New Year celebration, I think it was for 2021. And it really was awesome. I think we all of us, just to let our listeners and all the viewers or the listeners know, each of us somewhere from the celebrating new year from the kitchen, somewhere from their workspace, and somewhere cutting vegetables. Don't ask who is that. This is the person who's talking to you now. So we all had a great time, and that's how the connection went on from that time with Kirti for me. Kirti, we would like to know about you, a brief about you, what you do. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a Keralite
Okay.
in Bangalore now for almost 15 years now. So probably can call myself a Bangalorean. Uh,
Number Bengaluru.
yes, I'm a Bangalore, absolutely. So I worked in an IT firm for almost 6.5 years, then took a break and plunged into teaching, which I started enjoying. So I would say I enjoy being a teacher.
Lovely.
Uh, yeah, and this pandemic is what brought out the writing part inside me. I used to scribble once in a while, but I guess in a pursuit to keep myself sane during this pandemic, I started writing, and that introduced me to many of these online writing communities. I have very good friends who put me through all these writing groups, and thus my writing journey started, and that has been continuing pretty well, which ended up with my website and my book and so on. So for me, learning never ends. So I'm currently doing studying something with Christ University, Bangalore. So yeah, and yeah, obviously mother with twins at home, so that they keep me busy as well. So that's about me. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely to know that. As you mentioned, learning never stops. I mean, many people believe this that after schooling, after college, or after university, or any of those educational qualification they finish, they're like, okay, when am I going to take a pause from this? But what we do there is like whatever has been taught to us, we just give it back to them in the answer sheet. But that is not the learning that we think about. So nice. I mean, I definitely I've been following your work, and as you know, I remember, before building that website, and then you built a website, and then how those beautiful words you gathered them together one by one, and the book happened. We wish to know about the book, the name of the book, and who published it, and yeah, give us some sneak peek into your book.
Okay, so as I said, I started writing, and that became kind of I tried writing one per day, and it gave me it soothed myself. It was a healer for myself, and it enjoyed doing it. So and all the life experiences, whatever we have seen, children, I see them to be the greatest teachers, because when you interact with children, you get to learn a lot from them, and they are one of the biggest inspirations for me to write.
True.
So during this period, there was a write-a-thon launched by a publishing house called the Little Boutique Hub. Okay. So I just took up that. It's like right now, like our Napurimo that's happening now, the National Poetry Writing Month. It's like 31 days and 31 prompts. And the catch was that is once you finish all 31 days, you get your book published. So, and people have been asking me, why don't you come up with your own book? You have been writing so much. But again, since I write more of poetry and less of stories, I always had a feeling that readers for poetry are less. So that kind of held me back from getting into my own publishing. This one probably, I just thought, okay, let me just give it a try. And this happened last December. So, that then I started writing for that, and it finally eventually happened. I continued. I mean, I was in full joke when I started writing. Then again, I took a break because I was not getting the ideas flowing. Finally, in Jan, I finished writing. I compiled everything. I got it edited, and I sent it to them. And finally, the book came. So it's called The Tides of Life, and that's what it is. So yeah, so that's how the book came into this thing, and that's how the book saw the light. Yeah.
First of all, a clap and a congratulations. Like we have so many words in our mind. Some words are defined, some we still look for a meaning for that. We keep searching for a meaning for it, but not realizing everything is just in the same word itself. It could be, we have a plethora of stories in one word itself, and sometimes it's a maze. And and when everything is in your mind here and there, and you give a shape to it in the form of a poem or a story, or whatever form that you wish to give in front of your eyes in a book, nothing like it.
Very true. And the happiness of holding something saying printed with your name printed, happiness of holding this, that is that gives. I mean, I have been writing for anthologies before, so I probably got printed in many anthologies, but your own solo is something different, and seeing yourself printed in anthology is something.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Remember, Kirti, when we were in the school days, when the new class when we join or the next class, and I mean, I don't know whether we have now the brown cover and sticking that label, because school gives us a pre label in the book itself. During
Correct.
our times, used to get that book and the smell of the book, new book, and you wrap it with a brown
Brown sheet.
cover, brown cover, and some people had this glossy brown cover. So since
Yes.
we couldn't buy the glossy brown cover, I remember using those plastic covers,
Sheets. Yeah.
right? And you put it on the brown
Brown sheet.
cover
Staple it
and
up.
staple it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it took a time for to get a stapler in my house. So and then we used to have these not sellotape also, the insulation tape, the black and the
Insulation.
blue color one, and we
Yeah.
used to stick it inside, and that new label you put it, and when you write your name,
That gives an image. Yeah, exactly. You won't believe I do it with my kids even now, even though the school doesn't insist. I somehow believe only when the book is wrapped with brown paper, it feels good. So I take the paper, sit down, spread everything down, and I sit and have their notebooks and textbooks. Imagine, like if a child has 14, I have into two. So I have 28 books to wrap, but I don't mind that. I sit
you
down.
enjoy doing it, right?
Oh yeah, even now I enjoy.
They don't have a brown cover concept.
No,
Because the school logo and everything is there. That is also fine. I mean, change is the only permanent thing that happens.
Correct,
But
correct.
that name is nothing but it's a word. And
Yes,
that
yes.
one name, we say it is just one word. Or it could be more than one word. I remember having a fight with my brother. No, my brother used to fight with me, with my parents telling, Meera has only one word. And look at my name. It goes like beyond the application form. So, even that is one name, but several stories. So
Yes.
every word, because we come across, in our childhood or in our adulthood, when we want to share something or it has not been an appropriate place to share, the first thing, Kirti, what comes is stop telling story.
Yeah.
But people's perception about story is that it's an essay. No, not necessary. It is just one word. That one word, your name on your book, it's a what kind of a story it is, right?
Yes. And you see that happening right in front. It's like it's like doing virtual baby language, because it feels so good. Something which is creation and that is taking shape and coming out in front of you.
Part of us traveling outside in front of our eyes, we want to see that flying.
Yes. So, and then I feel more than writing and getting it to people is more difficult.
Yeah.
Because the marketing part of it, I find that more to be difficult, because people do read, but people don't post reviews, or in spite of you asking them, they don't do it. So that probably takes time. And you need to know the crux of it, how to do it, how to go about it, how to get it done. All that needs to be thought of, and things like that. So yeah, but finally it happened, and I guess it is doing pretty well. So far so good. Let's see how it goes.
And it's doing well. Tides of words.
Tides of life.
Tides of life, right? It's doing well, and that title in itself is like, oh my god.
Because the whole book, the 31 poems that are there, are different phases that we face in life. There is a poem that talks about ourselves, finding ourselves because we lose ourselves. I guess that one poem is something which most of my friends liked, and they said, this is more of us. Like, we get lost in our daily chores and we forget what we actually are. And
can you read 2 to 3 lines for us?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So as she is opening the book, flipping the pages, I definitely want to share my thought over here to the audience over here that words are powerful. I always believe in this part. I mean, I'm not the first person to say that I could, and I wouldn't be the last person to say that too. And how we put it across, it matters a lot, because when we have an outcome in our mind, I mean, we can say, oh, why do you want to again make those resolutions? Why do you want to think about goal? No, not necessary. When we fix our mind to something, for example, if we want to do something, we can't be always just flowing with whatever happening. We need to go with few directions. Those directions are nothing but words. And
Yes.
yes, Kirti.
Yeah. So the poem is Me, the Familiar Stranger.
Okay.
Okay. Her beauty and stride, her confidence and passion, her stances and stealing glances, her eloquence and dancing spree. Oh, didn't you admire them all? Asked a voice to me. She does look familiar, I must admit, my dear. I am lost in thoughts, trying to recall. And the cuckoo whistled, bringing me back to senses. I looked at the mirror in front, and there she was, whom I admired. It was me, lost in my mundane chores. The mirror showed me, and I became my own familiar stranger.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. You know, after certain age, Kirti, men or women, whoever, somewhere they pause or they forget to look at their own face in the mirror. They do that. I don't say they don't look at their face in the mirror. It would be like, okay, I'm getting ready. Let me just comb my hair, or let me do a bit of let me put that coal line to my eyes. Or yeah, or for the men, just comb the hair and just run away to the office or whatever work we're doing. But
But the actual inner self, the actual you who you are. Yeah. So all of us, I guess, that's what I said earlier in some other interview. Also, I said both men and women can resonate with this because this is what we are. We get so lost in our daily duties, like of a parent or of an employee, or no. And where are you? Where are the actual you? All of us have some talent built in, right? You are a singer or whatever it is. There would not be anyone who has not shaped electro music, right? Or hummed a piece of song.
exactly.
And you don't do it on a daily basis just because you don't have the time.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's a recent letter that I wrote to, yes, to you also, my soul scribe, like, I call them as those systematic investment plan, because if we don't invest on the time for ourselves, or just to at least to do nothing in a day is also absolutely fine for some time every day.
Correct.
And we wait for the cooker to whistle at us.
So
I think it's time to whistle at ourselves when we look at the mirror, because beauty is just not in that skin color or how the eyes looks or what you're wearing. It is absolutely required. I don't deny the fact. It adds on to our beauty. It adds on to our beauty. I'm just reiterating that. But
actually,
to appreciate,
because I feel something that is what we tell as a teacher when I speak to my students. But whatever it is, you just bring it on. Don't really bother of what other person says. Be yourself, and that is something which we also need to do. It's easy to tell this to adults, to children, but for us to practice, that is like.
Haven't we gone through it?
Yes, absolutely. All of us have done that. And you know what? You end up doing this because you get so busy in the rat race.
Yeah.
You're so close into the rat race.
You know what, Kirti? Sometimes I say it is okay when you run with a rat. It's okay when you run with a rat. Be a rat.
Yeah.
And if you're a rat and you want to race with the pace of a jaguar or a panther, I mean, that's the time we have to pause and we have to take a different route.
Exactly.
I mean, if the situation is as such that you have to race, a rat has to race with a panther, we should still embark on that. But we need to, use certain tactics. Pause.
Yes.
You use your mind, put the panther into a maze, and you get onto the race.
Correct. So for
today, children are,
And for me, that pause is what brought up this book as well, because I took a break from career, and 2 years I was like, not working person. But obviously the pandemic induced and we had work at home.
I remember how much we were in touch with each other, and how much of work I have seen during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Thanks to you for giving that time and space.
Correct. And that actually brought this out. So that is when I started writing. That is when I took it seriously. rather than writing for some probably I used to pen down for a teacher's day or some birthday or just some
Mm.
random this thing. But that that break of 2 years is what brought this out, and I hope to continue that even if I get
You would
yeah.
continue.
So
Just don't wait for the cooker to whistle at you. That's it. So when
true.
we are catching up on this lovely conversation, I wish to add on to our audience that I don't wish to leave, Kirti, not only Kirti, any of the guests who come, I always feel like doing a sequel. I feel like doing yet another episode. But every beginning it comes to an end only to begin again. And I wish to add over here that what Kirti shared is just not only her personal experiences. It is not restricted only to the writing or the storytelling or to someone who are in the publishing space. The words what she shared, it applies everywhere. How I look at it, it applies even in the corporate. If you think in the corporate, you definitely I mean, these are the few things like for a team to work together. It is all about appreciating each other. We do not have to wait for the cooker to whistle and say like you don't appreciate your team. We do not have to wait for somebody to tell a team manager that what the team is doing, right?
Absolutely.
So appreciation doesn't mean that you just go all about it without any facts and figures. It's very important that when you appreciate, and if you come across something which is not helping a person, it is important to put what is not helping this person's contribution in the team or him for that matter in those kind of words that will make the team to stick together, that will make the organization to work together and achieve their goal. And it goes definitely in our personal life also.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
so lovely. Kitty, before we end this show, few words that you want to share with our audience.
Uh, okay. I guess you summed it up so well. So I don't think there is anything more to add. Yeah. Pause to appreciate because one small pat on the back, it works wonders, not only for children. We see that expression right in front of children when you do it for them, but probably adults might not reciprocate the way the children do because I have seen as a teacher, one small star on their hand you draw and the face
Ah,
shines up as if they've got the universe. So, that applies to even to us, even to adults. So yeah, good job.
absolutely, Kirti.
The sambar is tasty. That's enough. So
Yeah, probably you can add a little more salt tomorrow, but today it is tasty.
yeah. So take time to appreciate the small effort taken. It might not be big to you, but it might.
It means a lot.
Big. It means a lot to the person who has done it or who has taken the time to do it. It might be that they don't know and they have made an effort to do it for you. So take that one pause to appreciate, and you can see the world change in perfectly with its part.
Absolutely, Kirti. And don't you think I owe a thanks over here to you for always giving that back to me? Thank you so much.
I guess we think alike, and that reflects in our conversation.
In my daughter the other day, I think her teacher had given 1 or 2 stars, and I saw the around 5, 6 stars in her hand extra. I asked her why. She said, "Teacher gave me one, and I gave remaining stars to myself." And
so nice.
I was like, oh yeah, it's so important to appreciate, more than appreciation, just acknowledge, oh yeah, you did this.
Yes. So yesterday I was making my children do the handwriting. This is my summer routine. So they have to write with pencil if they're moving to grade 5. So I gave them a brand new, not the proper ink pen, but the fly comes with the ink pen cartridge wala ink pen.
Oh, okay.
So I gave them that and they started writing. So I did write neat for the first one, just as a brochure. The second one came up with can do better. And the son was like, is it really bad? I said, it is not really bad, but you can do better. But then I gave a start. Then they were happy. But even that can do better can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Right? So
when we know our intention and the outcome set, Kirti, the words will flow automatically to that.
Yes. So it need not be sugar coated. You can put it subtle in a good way also. So
yes, definitely. It need not be sugar coated. So with that, with these beautiful sugar-coated words what Kirti had shared. I need to say to your audience, to all of you, thank you so much for always stopping in, stopping by and listening to the podcast and sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much. We'll catch up with yet another guest soon in a Kaapi and a conversation. And this is your Mira, yes, the Dino in Oasis. Thank you, Kirti.
Thank you. Bye bye.